Hi, Redemption Tucson. My name is Rachel Hartke, and I just wanted to take a few minutes to share what God has been teaching me about trusting in Him in this season, in this time. And so one thing that I do is I will take thoughts and worries and fears and anxieties and what if statements, and I will collect them as I go about my day. I will scoop up all of those things, hard conversations and worries and fears, and I will hold on to them as the day goes on, and I try to make sense of them on my own. And one day this week, it was not going well. I had been collecting all those fears, all those worries, all those anxieties, and what if statements the whole day. And if you had asked my kids, they would have said, yeah, Mom's a bit on the cranky side. And they were right. I was overwhelmed. I was cranky. I was grumpy. I couldn't figure out how to deal with this. And I kept trying to do it on my own. And there was just this heaviness that I couldn't shake. And so the kids got an extra show later that evening so I could go upstairs and just sort of think through things. I had failed that day, and I was trying to figure out where I went wrong. I knew something was really off, and as I sat down on my bed, I looked and I was like, oh, there's my Bible. I haven't opened that at all today. And so I opened my Bible and I was flipping to Psalm 63, and on the way a verse caught my eye, and it was Psalm 84:12, and that says, O Lord of hosts, how blessed is the man who trusts in you. And I realized right then and there I had not trusted in God for 1 second of the day. I had just continually gathered every worry, every fear, and added it to a pile that I tried to carry on my own. And so my encouragement to you today is don't do that, but it's to trust in God. And there is a beautiful passage in Jeremiah. It's Jeremiah 17:7-8. And it says, blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord and whose trust is the Lord. For he will be like a tree planted by the water that extends its roots by a stream and will not fear when the heat comes, but its leaves will be green, and it will not be anxious in a year of drought, nor cease to yield fruit. So my encouragement for you today is to stop and to stop holding on to those worries and those fears and those anxieties, and to give them over to God. It doesn't mean that they go away. There are still very hard realities that most of us are walking through right now. But when we trust in the Lord, that blessing, which is the fullness of God, His glorious riches that He gives us, His love, His peace, His grace, His mercy, those are what we get to experience. So my prayer is that we would not hold on to those worries and anxieties, but that we would give them to God, and that we would invite others to bear those burdens as well and not try to solve them on their own. So thank you, church.